So why don't we get started on mission 2, hmm? Altitude 2,400, speed 28,000 and rising. Exiting Earth's atmosphere, switching to thrusters. Goodbye, Earth. That's what the Earth looks like! Yay! First the seas evaporated, then Gamillan's invasive plants took root and ruined the land. And I think we used to call it the pale blue dot when we were younger. Now I just wonder if it's even possible to save it. Is that a lack of confidence I hear? Absolutely not. That's a ship off our starboard bow, one of ours. It's the Kirishima. Yeah, Ripper. Earth is fucked. If you missed it from the prologue, aliens invaded, fucked our shit right up, burned away all of our oceans, and then planted special plants that sapped away the rest of the nutrients. It's basically a post-apocalypse. We're on a journey to find something that can restore Earth. It's Kirishima. They must have dodged enemy fire, hanging on to the bitter end. Okita, my brother in arms, I know what your body's been through. But the choice is yours. If this is what you want, I won't stand in your way. Godspeed. We're counting on you. Incoming transmission from the Commander Hijikata. May the seas be calm and your battles victorious. So long, Pops. Pops? Oh, Commander Hijikata was my guardian for a little while. I guess it kind of slipped out. I see. The Earth is yours now, Hijikata. We're counting on you. We will soon pass by the moon, charting a course for Mars at cruising speed. Good luck, Yamato. The fate of the Earth rests on your shoulders. So this is a mishmash of multiple animes. We're mostly focusing on the Yamato story. Like, it's the base for our story, basically. Don't worry, shit gets real weird. Yamato reception room. Ugh. Now, are you gonna tell me the truth? You keep asking me that, and I keep telling you that I've told you everything there is to know. I voluntarily piloted the Vingray, survived a battle in it no less, and received an order to join up with Yamato soon after. So that's what I did. You have to believe me. You looked me in the eye this time, which goes a long way towards erasing doubt. I'm telling you, we haven't done anything wrong, whether your doubt is what you're saying or not. Easy now. There's a lot to understand, a lot about the present situation no one understands. As you said, Ensign Kusuragi, the hatch had already opened by the time you made your final approach, and Ensign Murakamo also passed through the checkpoint without incident when he arrived. Exactly, which means that somebody must have set these orders out during the confusion surrounding the launch. So how about instead of taking it out on us, you focus your efforts on finding out who's pulling the strings aboard your ship? Pulling strings, you say? Suppose what? Suppose we are stowaways. What then? Are you going to send us back to Earth? A fine question. We're already at cruising speed. And at present, the voyage is time-sensitive. We certainly can't turn back, nor do we have a craft with which to send you back. So we can stay aboard then! Don't get too excited. You can still blast us into space like they did stowaways back in the day. We've come a long way since the age of exploration. We are not to lay a finger on you until Commander Okita has been informed of the current situation. So please, talk to the Commander. Convince him to let me stay on board the Yamato. I'll pilot the Vingray. I'll fight if you tell me to. I'll do odd jobs around the ship. Anything. Calm yourself, Ensign Kusuragi. I don't have the kind of authority as it is. That will be all, Officer Hoshino. These two are free to go. Are you serious? They've been assigned a tactical officer for the time being. That would be me, Lieutenant Suzumu Kudai. I have taken responsibility for you. It's you! Good to see you again, Ensign Kusuragi. I wish we were under better circumstances. So you're the Yamato's tactical officer now? It hasn't quite sunk in yet, but I aim to carry out my duties to the best of my ability. Now that I've been granted permission to remain on board, I too shall commit myself to Yamato. I admire your resolve. I have a lot of questions about the Vingray that need answering first. I'd like you and Ensign Murakamo to accompany me to the hangar. Yes, sir. Congratulations, Ensign Kusuragi. Thank you, sir. I look forward to working alongside you. Sorry for the trouble, Hoshino. Catch you later. They certainly got released pretty quickly. Likely because security released a statement proclaiming their innocence as well. Why? Apparently they made allies that were routed. They may be allies that were routed. That's absurd! Either way, I think we better keep on our toes for a bit. Starting with assigning a security detail to keep an eye on them. Understood. Security guys! They're always working. Yamato hangar. Officer Sanada, I brought Ensign Kusuragi Chitose and Soji Murakamo with me. Thank you, Kudai. Ensign Kusuragi, I'm Lieutenant Commander Shiro Sanada, the Executive and Technical Officer. Lieutenant Nimi and I have been examining the machine you were piloting. She's cute. I just had to say that real fast. She's real cute. Lieutenant Kaoru Nime, sorry. Information Officer, a pleasure. The pleasure is mine. I'm proud to call myself a member of the Yamato crew, regardless of the process in which I became one. We'll see what the commander says about the details. For now, he's taken great interest in this machine. I'd very much like to thank the commander in person should the opportunity present itself. We analyzed potential threats, but found none. Except for, the fact that it's covered in guns. Oh good! If I'm honest, it was the Vangray that saved me and gave me the power to fight back. Based on the construction, we thought it was a type of mobile suit, but we couldn't find any schematics for it in our database. Which means it's a custom design, made without proper clearance from the Federation. You know anything about it, Chitose? The Technical Lab must have developed it, right? At the very least, I know that there was nothing like it in the hangar as recently as a few days ago. So it must have been smuggled in from somewhere. Whoa, officer. With all due respect, it could have been a rush job slapped together in the past few days. That's simply not possible. I feel compelled to offer that having piloted, the Vangray is quite impressive. It has as much thrust as it does firepower, not to mention its own repair apparatus. I'm not sure what they were after with this design. At first I could control the speed or firepower, but the Vangray manages both of those automatically when engaged in a battle. Interesting. If it weren't for the Vangray, I'm not confident I would be able to protect Yamato. It sounds to me like we owe this machine a debt of gratitude. Officer Sonata? This is a fascinating system. If I learn to pilot it more effectively, I could become an asset. It could become an asset to the Force. I like your readiness, rookie. Are you talking to me? There's the Dorito face again! She's making the Dorito face! Hate the Dorito face. Otherwise, wonderful character. The damn Dorito face. I certainly am. I'm Lieutenant Junior Grade Subaru Kato, captain of the aircraft squad to which you've been assigned. And I'm Ensign Hiroki Shinohara, the vice captain. Welcome aboard. God, he's too pretty. Look at this man. Fuck, he's too pretty. His eyebrows kind of get away from him, though. Ensign Kisaragi Chitose, new recruit with a lot to learn. At your service. You're certainly energetic. May I call you Chitose? Oh, don't waste your time. I've been trying to get clearance for that for a week straight with no luck. Oh yeah, you're gonna make a great rival. He's already hitting on her. I would be honored to kick your ass. I forgot these two had that interaction. Ensign Murakamo, this is out of line. Goes for you too, Shinohara. Don't embarrass the aircraft squad. Well, Kato, I'll leave the rest to you now that you've introduced you two. Could I? Nimi? Let's go. It's almost time for the briefing. Ensign Kisaragi, you should know that machine has some sort of pilot verification system on board. No one but you can pilot it now. You and I are to analyze it when we have more time. Yes, sir, I'd be happy to assist. There's a lot I'd like to learn for myself. Very well. Please excuse me. Excuse me, Lieutenant Kato. What's the current status of our assignment? I had an extensive look at your record. Does that mean I'm on the aircraft squad? Yes, but we don't have a craft to assign you. That means you'll be on the reserve corps. Say what? Kisaragi as well. That affords us plenty of time to figure out how to use the Vangray. Understood. So what will you have me do? We have some pressing needs in accounting. If you need help managing goods, I'm the woman for the job. That was one of my assignments back at the lab. Hello, Kato. Might there be a new recruits who have been assigned to accounting? They sure are. Good luck, Akira. I'm Ensign Akira Yamamoto. Allow me to show you the accounting department. Oh yeah, the accounting life looks thrilling. I'll only say this once, Murakamo. You so much as lay a finger on Akira, you'll have to contend with the entire aircraft squad. Roger that. Loud and clear, sir. Immediately shut him down. Do not flirt with her. We will murder you. Don't worry, Lieutenant Kato. I'll keep an eye on Ensign Murakamo. See to it that you do, Kisaragi. I'll reward you with combat training. Please do. Okay then, let's go. I'll start by introducing you to Lieutenant Harada. They're quite the eager new recruits, aren't they? Indeed. I wouldn't want her to die if I were you. What are you trying to say? Talking about Akira. She still seems to have an interest in the squad. I can't let her suffer the same fate as Yamamoto. Daughter of the fallen comrade or not, I think you're worrying a little too much. Is that Connie Springer from Attack on Titans? No. But they probably have similar artists. So Aki, where exactly is Yamamoto right now? What are the Yamato's coordinates at present? Ensign Yamamoto? I hear we're heading for Mars. Mars? Like on the way to Iskandar or something? I don't know the specifics, but it sounds like we need to stop there to restock before continuing. Ensign Yamamoto, may I ask a question? Akira is fine. I'll call you Chitose instead. Got it. Thank you, Akira. Hey, what's with the double standard? Cute girls get first name basis. Fuckboys gets you get the last name until you stop being a fuckboy. Now, what was your question? You're not required to answer, but I've noticed you have red eyes. Are you from Mars? I am. Cridia City, to be exact. Between the Jupiter War and the Camillus attack, I heard almost everyone had returned to Earth. Which makes me wonder what business we have on Mars. Yamato Central War Room. Ladies and gentlemen, even at the speed of light, this journey to Iskandar and back would take 336,000 years. We're in it for the long haul. Yep. Can't just ask someone if they're from Mars. We have to make that journey in just 1 year. How do we... In order to accomplish this, we'll have to surpass light speed, traveling instead at warp speed. Mr. Spock! No, it wasn't Spock. No, fuck! I forget who's the engineer in Star Trek! I was gonna make a joke, and it's ruined now! I'm a terrible nerd! Terrible, terrible nerd! We will open your artificial wormhole and use it to travel substantially faster than the speed of light, emerging at a destination on the other end. You forgot Mascot? I know! I forgot Scotty! I'm sorry! I can't get out! This is my home! I'm not an expert, but is that even possible? Theoretically, yes. If our timing is off, however, it is entirely possible that we could rip a hole in the space-time continuum required revoked. No, don't take it! It's all I have! It's all I have! In other words, we must be extremely careful when using the wave motion engine. So what they're saying is the wave motion engine that's driving this machine is capable of destroying the universe if you fuck up. Unfortunately, we left Earth without one of the parts needed to ensure the engine's safe operation. So we're not just using a wave motion engine. We're using a wave motion engine that could blow the fuck up. Now I get it. The part we need must be on the Martian base. Earth has already run out of resources and equipment needed to build a proper spaceship. We believe the only capacitors capable of driving the wave motion engine are on Mars. And if there are any troops left on Mars, we wouldn't even have to land. They could just send it to us. In your dreams, there isn't a single soul left on that rock. Mars is declared officially deserted after everyone emigrated and the army withdrew. But some people fled to Mars now that the Camillans have forced their attacks on Earth. Now you mentioned it, your crew was stationed on Mars in order to make contact with the Scandinavian envoy, wasn't it, Kodai? We were. And now that Mars is no longer under attack, some people are trying to eke out a living there. Remember, we have an obligation to save the other planets of the solar system if we are to save Earth. Yes, sir. What's wrong, Mori? Sasha's been laid to rest on Mars, hasn't she? All alone. Yes, she has. So Sasha was that dead alien we found that had the wave motion engine. Scenario 2. The Pirates of Mars. Remember when I said things are going to go off the rails? Time for things to go off the rails, off the rails, off the rails. Time for things to go off the rails early in the morning. We have completed our ascent. We'll have visuals of the Altinia base shortly. There's definitely the Altinia base site. Looks like we'll have a lonely landing, though. We can't waste a lot of time. Let's get the materials we need and get to work. I'm picking up something on radar. It's a... Mobile suits. Mobile suit inbound. Based on type, it belongs to the Jupiter Empire. Juniper, really? Impossible! I thought they got wiped out in the Jupiter War 2 years ago. This is where you get to see extra information. This can give you a full description of the Jupiter War. It was a war that broke out between the Jupiter Empire, Earth Federation, and the Space Pirates, the Crossbone Vanguard. Basically, the Crossbone Vanguard are a group of pilots, mobile suit pirates, that fought the Jupiter Empire along with the Earth Federation. Jupiter ghosts have resurrected Mars, haven't they? Based on a quick survey of the situation, it looks like they've commanded the Altina base together. Commander, the Jupiter Empire has entered combat preparations. Ihara, open every communication channel we got. Yes, sir. This is Juzo Okita, Commander of the Earth Federation Forces Yamato. We require materials from the Altinia base for the mission of great import for all of humanity. We wish to negotiate for the materials we need. That's the kind of guy Okita is. And that's the kind of guys the Jupiter Empire is. They're attacking! I guess we're not open to negotiating. You're forcing our hand. Wait, Commander. Yamato's decided to fight against Gamillans. Turning its cannons on humans would... Yamato was built to make the journey to Iskandar, Kodai. You would do well to remember that. Human or not, there are obstacles on the journey to Iskandar. Even if they're from Earth, we fight evil, Kodai. But, I'll say it again, we fight evil. Especially evil that finds its way into people's hearts. Get to your battle stations, everyone. The battle to reclaim the Altinia base begins now. All gunners, prepare to fire. Gunners, prepare to fire! We must crush all opponents to stand in the way of our progress. That's an order. Defeat all enemies. Yamato is defeated as our defeat condition SR points. Before the map is clear, defeat at least 4 enemy units with 1 ally pilot. You can check your kills on the tactical report screen, yada yada yada. SR point, kill 4 people with 1 unit. Right now, we have 1 unit. So, charge! Attention crew, this will be the first substantial battle with the Yamato. However, we must not lose sight of our mission, which is travel to Iskandar at all costs. Think of this as a mission not to eradicate our enemies, but to extend our lives. Bada boom! It is a battleship! It can fuck someone up. And I literally have no one else to control. So kind of in the face. Come at me, bros. Thank you for the tweet, yeah, I appreciate it. Will the aircraft squad be deployed? We have no orders to do so. I could understand the call if there were Gamillans. The fact that we're facing off against mobile suits says to me that we should be out there too. Commander Okita must consider this some sort of combat test for the Yamato. I'm picking up more signals on radar. We got more mobile suits inbound. Enemy reinforcements? Nope. Does that Gundam have a skull on it? Commander, they're Crossbone Gundams. The Crossbones, the same pirates who routed the enemy in the Jupiter War. I can't believe they're on Mars. Incoming transmission from the Gundam. Reading verbatim. This is Tobiya Aramax of the Crossbone Gundam. We've got your back. Thank you for his cooperation at once. Aye, sir. Could I deploy the task force? Cosmo Falcon Squadron, sir? Negative. The Vangray, Grungust, and Huckby. Understood. Why are they sending so many troops to Mars? Is the Jupiter Empire using Mars as a stepping stone to attack Earth? Mobile units, fall in on the Yamato's position. We'll be able to turn the tide of battle in our favor if we remain within easy reach. If we drift too far range of the Yamato's comms, we're going to be in big trouble. We were just supposed to travel to Iskandar. Now we're teaming up with a Gundam pirate to fight the Jupiter Empire on Mars? This is crazy! This is why I love this game! We can't let the Jupiter Empire walk all over us, though. They'll destroy Earth. Wait, was that... what was the Officer Sanada said about the pilot verification system? Was there something about it I need to know? Command Kisaragi, this is Captain speaking. You have one order. Make it back alive. That is all. Roger that, Captain. You have my word. Lottie, Velt, are you ready? Ready and waiting. Our opponents are the Jupiter Empire's mobile suits. This battle will be easy if we remain wary of the Pez Battalions and its formidable Russian capabilities. Destroy Earth a little late for that. Right? They'll destroy what's left of Earth. I've been assigned to lead the squad. We should work together if we want to make it back safely. If we slip up here, we're not going to make this 336,000 light-year journey. Okay. Still their turn, though, so I don't get to do shit. I have to wait for them to be done. I'm representing the entire aircraft squad. I'd better be at peak performance. Well, Fang Ray, we promised Captain Kato we'd make it back alive. We better make good on our word. Bye-bye! That's what an upgraded, Chitose can do. Yes. Now, I'm actually gonna stop attacking here, because the SR point needs Yamato to get kills. I thought I understood the selfishness of humans, but upon witnessing it myself, I am enraged. I cannot comprehend how you can entertain such selfish thoughts in the midst of an alien attack. But I'll still show off their animations. Yeah. Okay, we've seen this attack from you before. Alright, but now we get to show off the Crossbone Gundam. Crossbone Gundam's pretty fucking cool. Ah, the Jupiter Empire. Do they think they can use Mars as a stepping stone to attack Earth? Tobia here is from Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam. He is a mechanical engineering student that eventually learned how to pilot a Gundam. Don't they know what's happened? There's no point in torturing the Earth anymore. And it's got some kick-ass music. I think Tobia's like 15. Yeah, he's got a gun that's in 2 parts, so he has to put it together to fire. Oh, there are more units than I thought there would be. Oh well. Zambuster's your best weapon right now? Wow. Screw web is fun. I love how it even has like a painted on skull on the Gundam. Yeah, he has like a drill on a chain that he uses. Brand Marker! Brand Marker's my favorite of his abilities right now. Of his weapons. I hate this damn machine! It just charges at you with like this blade, energy blade. Such a cool attack. This motherfucker has a knife in his boot. You're a robot! You don't need boot knives! Okay, I'm gonna get the SR point finished here. Yeah, this should finish off. I'm gonna get the SR point finished off here, and then we can play around with the rest.
火力を前方に集中各砲座配置につけ四方副砲全訪問発射準備整った照準合わせ各砲座目標の座標入力座標入力照準よし打ち方始め打ち方始め
That is a lot of damage. And because I used multi-action, we get to go again. So this time, use this attack.
手法切り替え手法三式弾に切り替え手法三式弾に切り替えた1番2番前方の敵に照準合わせ目標補足した照準よし撃てキャー
Exploding rounds. And there's our 4 kills. Gotta move him closer. Boom! SR point game. That was flawless, so this is what it's like to work under Juzo Akita, Earth's greatest commander. Don't fall asleep on the job, Kadai. You've got to confirm the battle has ended. Yes, sir. We can do this. With this man at the helm, it doesn't matter who or what stands in our way. So, fun thing, this yellow aura that whenever I highlight the battleship shows, that increases the stats of any of your units in that aura. It's called the commander aura. Almost only battleships get this. That's why they were telling us to stay closer in the earlier cutscene. Who wants to die first? Not gonna talk this out. I'm sure that is heck not holding anything back. Let's go, Grungust. Earthlings are Gamillans. Bad guys are bad guys. I'll crush them all. So in the OG games, where this mech came from, this is like the baseline mech, and there are like 4 or 5 variations of it you also get that do different stuff. Like one of them becomes like a submarine instead of a tank, I think. This is just like the baseline mech. Just looking for spirits abilities that can increase how much experience you gain or how much money you gain. Yeah, like, they're not being subtle about these enemies. Seek Jupiter? Yeah, they're supposed to be Nazis. And that'll become even more painfully obvious later in the game when we see who leads them. It ain't like Hitler. Vice basically Hitler. The Gundam series has never, ever been subtle with the Nazi imagery and comparisons for the enemy groups. I feel like World War II Japan, that's also probably closer to the truth than what I'm saying. I basically just lumped them together with Nazis because of the Sea Jupiter line, but you're probably more accurate. Okay, just kill the Ram Buster. I hate this is his best attack right now. It's just not my favorite. Especially with the attacks he gets later. He gets some real good attacks. Oh no! Come at me, bro. Come on.
宇宙海賊どもめ帝国はいい加減に諦めろこういうやり方もある
This is still one of my favorite attacks. Fucking drill on a rope. Oops, I'm sorry, I meant to read that. Here we go. Enemy forces eradicated. The Altina base is officially liberated. Now we just need to retrieve the materials inside. I want to know more about the Empire's movements. Aihara, make contact with that Gundam. Yes, sir. Incredible. I mean, I'd heard rumors, but now I've got a front row seat. Gundams are no ordinary mobile suits. Yeah, Zambbuster would be mad as a finisher. Don't worry, it gets better. He gets way better attacks. Given that it's a pirate Gundam, I should think the pirate has considerable skill as well. I'll say. I mean, look at those moves. If that Gundam were aboard Yamato, we'd be very powerful. So this is why they were explaining stuff to him later in that special scenario I went over. So things on Earth are really that bad? Yes, but the Yamato launched to try and turn the situation around. And it'd be disastrous if the Jupiter Empire mounts an invasion like they did 2 years ago. The Federation couldn't stop it, could they? Mr. Aronnax. Tobia is fine. I can ask you a question about yourself. Go ahead. I was still at officer school during the Jupiter War, but I heard about the exploits of Crossbone Vanguard space pirates. A group of space pirates who fought against the Jupiter Empire, led by Burra Rona. I won't go over the rest of it because it's a lot. I'm not going to read through all of these because they are essays. Full Cloth finisher is so fun. Shh, don't talk about Full Cloth yet. We haven't seen it yet. And it turns out their ace pilot is younger than me. You were just a boy during the Jupiter War, right? The ace you're asking about, the pilot X1 I mean, was someone else, Lieutenant Kadai. Though I did fight in the Jupiter War as well. Thank you for clarifying. I wish to thank your crew for taking the Jupiter Empire to place the Federation. Sorry, I don't care. It's not a big deal. You're not really going to spoil too much because most of the people I stream for aren't going to know what the fuck is happening. So, like, most of the folks I stream for are, like, well-versed in these games or the animes that they're part of. But still, let's not talk about too much about what happens later. I'm being stupid by mentioning upgrades anyway. Alright, we have no other choice. The planet bomb hasn't arrived, and the Federation has its hands full with the Gamillans. And now things are even worse. My crew and I have taken up the Crossbone Vanguard mantle from Burra Rona and our crew. We're just doing what we can. We rescue survivors from Gamillan ravaged colonies and battle those who would take advantage of chaos in order to rob others. We initially supported those who escaped to Mars as part of the endeavor, but that proved difficult when Jupiter Empire reappeared. Are they going to invade Earth again? I can't say for sure. The Earth is crippled. It'll just waste away even if they don't attack it. What's the point? Crux Dogatie, I think is how it's pronounced. Dogatie? The supreme leader of the Empire was after a very personal type of revenge, and he wanted to wipe out the Earth in order to satiate his bloodlust. Now that he's been defeated, however, I can't think of anyone among those who would remain who would share his all-consuming rage toward Earth. And yet, here we are. They're building an army on Mars. Certain regions have taken catastrophic levels of damage. And after all these people have been through, after all they tried to escape to Mars, we fought with all we had, but the X-1 is the only decent suit in our possession. That said, we were able to destroy the Jupiter Empire forces that landed. I don't think we'll learn any more about their plans unless we pay their stronghold a visit. By which you mean visit Jupiter itself. What do you say, Kadai? Care to hire us as your guides to Jupiter? Did you say hire you? Just think of us as your bodyguards. You can even get them to make the first move if you set a course that goes right by Jupiter. I don't have that kind of authority. I can't send Yamato to war with the Jupiter Empire. Let me rephrase that then. Take me and my crew to Jupiter. We don't have the means to reach Jupiter ourselves, but we can't let the Empire rest if they are in fact rebuilding. That was your angle from the start, wasn't it? It's not the worst idea though, is it? In fact, it's kind of win-win. You might be right. I'll speak to the commander myself. Have you finished talking, Lieutenant Kadai? Yes, Officer Nimi. Did you find the wave motion engine capacitor? We did, thankfully. Tokugawa's engineers are already working on it. Good. Sounds like we cleared the first hurdle. Oh, and I brought someone on board. How'd it go, Tabia? Lieutenant Kadai here says he will make a proposal to the commander for us. Are you also a member of the Crossbone Vanguard? I'm Bernadette Briette. Thanks for taking us to Jupiter. Wait a minute. What does she mean, us? We're the only ones from the Crossbow Vanguard who will be traveling to Jupiter. The remaining members will remain on Mars, assisting the survivors and defending it from the Empire. But if you go to Jupiter, you'll be... I've been in Jupiter before, Captain. Let's just say I'm the Crossbow Vanguard's resident expert on Jupiter. Or we could say I'm the Tetanith Dogatie. I'm Tetanith... How the fuck is these names? Daughter of the Supreme Leader Crux Dogatie. You can't be serious. There are official records that claim Crux Dogatie had a daughter, but I never would have guessed you'd be at the heart of the very group that brought the Empire down. That's precisely why I cannot stand idly by while the Jupiter Empire rebuilds. Dog tie. Pretty sure it's not dog tie. Understandably, I will alert the commander of your presence as well. Thank you. So Yamato is venturing far beyond the Milky Way in order to save Earth. We've got to do our part to protect Earth from the Empire, lest their journey be in vain. So Tabia, at least temporarily, sounds like he's joining the party. So, fun fact, you can swap pilots around in this game. If you want Lottie to drive the Huckmane, you can. If you want Velt to drive the Grungust, you can. It'd be a bad idea, their skills don't really mesh well with it. But there are other times where you get other mechs, and you can swap pilots around. Not entirely, like you're not going to swap a pilot from a Gundam series into a super robot. They're going to be sticking with other Gundam-style pilots, machines. But it's an interesting level of customization. So Tabia, first off, he has the new type skill, which is, if you know Gundams, you know what new types are. Focus over limit. Are you set? He needs a lot of focus too. Just about everybody does. He's gonna want instinct. He doesn't want to get hit. He wants save energy more. No, I don't think he needs it. Ignore size. And for now, I think that's it. I don't need to give him dash. I think he's fast enough. Upgrade. After I'm done doing the upgrade and the in-between stuff, we'll stop for today. Because like I said, I've got to buy the DLC and I got to go to bed. Grants special effect barrier piercing to all close quarters weapons and increases crit by 30. So now all of them have a barrier piercing, screw web and brand marker. So enemy has a barrier trying to stop you, use those attacks, and he says fuck you. So yeah, right now he's split between close quarters combat and range stuff. So it's kind of hard to get a feel for what you want to specialize in. You want to specialize in close quarter combat, because that's what his upgrades are for. Let's get the barrier field, just because his defense is bad, and I don't want to use... I'm still holding off on using all my power parts. So yeah. That's it for now. Because, like I said, I have to go buy the DLC. Because I'm dumb, and for some reason, didn't buy the DLC. So that's going to be it for me today. I'm going to also stream tomorrow, probably, after work. But I'll be able to do it a little earlier than this time. Because I will, I won't have to do a thing at my friend's house. So expect stream about an hour earlier than this time. And maybe we can go for the same amount of time. And I should have the DLC by then, so I'm going to take care of that tonight. So it's been a blast. I'm so glad folks were having fun and enjoying it. I'm going to save these VODs, so the whole series playthrough is going to be saved. And I'm going to split them up based on missions as well. So there's that. So this is going to be saved in Twitch, and I might eventually move it over to my YouTube channel as well. Not sure on that yet. But yeah, so I'm going to be saving this playthrough. So if you want to watch the stuff, you can always go back and watch it. If you want to get context, or you just want to see some of the cool fights. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I had a blast, and I hope you guys did too. See you guys tomorrow night.